Hello and welcome to TeamMark Tips. This TeamMark tip is going to walk you through how to create team norms within TeamMark. This tutorial is going to focus strictly on how to work through TeamMark's features, and it will not talk about processes that are available for teams to work through to help support meaningful norm creation. We encourage that you look into some of the resources that are available to support you with this. I'm going to go ahead and log into the program. And because I am an extended user, I do need to select my team first. So I'm going to work as my A team. So we're going to imagine that the A team has come together for the first time. They're sitting at a table. Ideally, they are projecting TeamMark so that all team members can be focused on the same information. And you're going to notice that the norm pop-up appears. However, for this team, my norms are blank. We have not created any norms yet. I'm going to close out of this window. I do want to show you something very briefly here. You can turn the norm pop-up off. We encourage that teams leave it on because we know that it's a valuable process to reflect on your norms before you collaborate. So the program defaults to the norm pop-up appearing anytime you log into the collaboration. However, you can turn that feature off. So let me show you how to do that. You come up here to My Account in the upper toolbar. Click on that. You can see in your account details that you have this View Norms pop-up option. Right now, the green check mark is telling me that I will be viewing my norms pop-up. However, if you click Edit, you will see that I have this option down here, View Norms pop-up, and it's checked. If I uncheck that box, now whenever this particular user logs in, the norms pop-up will not appear. I'm going to leave it on, save that setting. I'm going to go back to my Teams tab in the upper toolbar, and you'll see in the lower toolbar you have this Norms tab. I'm going to click on Norms, and this tool will display all the norms your team has created. You can see here we have not yet created any norms, so I'm going to go to my New Norm link. Once here, I have a text box that I can work in. I'm going to create a very simple norm. Once you have typed in the norm, and again, we encourage this be done with your team, sitting as a group, and you're actually looking at TeamMark projected in the best case scenario. You can play with your font here. I'm going to make that bold, and maybe I'll make it a little larger. I'm going to save that. You'll see now that your norm is displayed. You can edit it. You can delete your norm. There's the text, be on time, and then status. I'll get to status in just a minute here, but first I want to show you one more thing you can do when you're creating your norms. If you want to get tricky, and if you're a team that enjoys visual descriptions of what it is that you're talking about, you can insert images. The insert or edit image window here looks a little tricky, but I'm going to show you how to use it because it's actually fairly simple. I'm going to come up here to the internet. I'm going to click on a new tab, and I'm going to look for an image of a clock. Again, I'm currently using Chrome as my browser, so you're going to have different ways of finding images. Find your images however is easiest for you. I'm going to go to images in Google, and I'm searching for a clock image. Find an image that your team agrees represents what it is that they're talking about. I'm going to choose this clock. I'm going to copy my image URL is what you need to do. Back over here to TeamMark. I'm going to dump that URL right into this text box here. I'm going to give it a name, clock. And then you can see there are a few other options. These aren't necessary, but if you want to, you can set where your picture appears at the baseline, at the top, in the middle. I'll set this one at the top. You can change the size if you'd like. Again, all of these features are optional. I need to click Insert, and then this is going to put my image into my norm. So when I save this, I now actually have an image to refer to. All right, so now let's talk about status. So if your team is sat together as a group and you've worked through the norms, you may have used a process that engages everybody as a whole. in processing the different norms and what's important to the team and what those principles of interaction are going to be that guide your behavior. But you may walk away from that collaboration and each individually, through your own reflection, either agree or disagree with some of the norms that have been created. TeamMark has set it up so that you can actually go back in there, and we believe that all team members should go back in, and actually have to accept or deny the norms. So what I'm going to do as a user, I'm going to click on this status. And again, you need to be in your Norms tab to do this. I'm going to click on the status of this norm, and you'll see that I have the option to accept the norm. I can also deny the norm. If I deny it, I can type in a reason for why I deny it. Or you can say that you're still undecided and it's pending. In this case, I'm going to accept this norm. I'm going to save that. And it's going to show that my status is that I have accepted that norm. So now let's look at what this looks like when we actually log into the program. We need to log off. I'm going to log back in. So my team has just sat down to collaborate. We log into TeamMark. We are the A team, so we're going to go to A team. Open that up. And you will now see that when the norm pop-up appears, there's the norm we just created. Our norm is to be on time. There's the image that we inserted. And there are a total of 4 members on my team. I just showed you how I went in and I accepted the norm. So now there are 3 other members on my team who still need to do the same. So those users need to go into their individual accounts. They need to review the norms that have been created and either accept or deny them. And the place you would go to do that is once you've logged in, you would go to your Norms tab, and it's from this window where you would accept or deny the norms that have been created. Those are the basics for creating norms in TeamMark. Norms should be a process that a team engages in thoughtfully, and we hope that you do so. We also hope that you use TeamMark's tools to support meaningful engagement with your norms. Feel free to go in. You can edit norms at any time. You can delete norms, and you can add new norms. Again, all that is done through the Teams tab in the upper toolbar and Norms in the lower toolbar. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact us, and happy collaborating.